to be something old because he's kind of, one of the veterans. I don't even know.
He's laid back. He's
anything real classy. Tyler Hamby's a classy guy, so I can't go like a specific song name, but he's a classy guy, so anything like that.
A country boy can't survive.
A country boy can't survive.
Nathan needs something that relates to being home or being on the farm.
I would say the McDonald's jingle, I think, would work pretty well.
Mitch Williams is going to be the South.
Well, I don't know. Recently, Mitch's from Georgia, but he spent this last summer in Cali, so it may have changed now. I'm thinking some sort of California twang or something like that.
Oh, I actually gave him the song, told him about the song he has this past year. What was it called? Buzzin'.
I see more of an AC/DC kind of guy, like some classic rock.
I pictured him some like hard rock or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's kind of a hard-nosed, high-energy guy. Probably maybe a dubstep type song.
I couldn't even tell you what his one was last year. Didn't really pay that much attention to all the songs that the guys had, so that's going to be a question mark there.
Peterson, he's a Jimi Hendrix. He had that one last year.
He's probably a little bit old school. A little bit old school with him, whatever he had. I figured he had some old school with him.
You never really know with him. He likes a little bit of everything. I roomed with him at the beginning of the spring last year, and his iTunes account consisted of every single genre of music you could imagine, so I have no clue.
I don't know. Shock digs the Katy Perry, so something Katy Perry.
The only one that comes to mind is the one he had this year, Dark Horse by Katy Perry.
I don't know. He's all over the place, kind of. He's scattering around, so anything really works for Shock, I'd say.
He's a pretty boy, so I'm trying to. I don't know.
John Mayer, any John Mayer song. I don't know why that comes to my mind, but thinking about Adam Smith.
Adam used an Avicii song last year, and honestly, it worked for him. I see anything along those lines that fits pretty well for him, I think.
I see him as more of a techno kind of guy. I don't know, he's just got that look in his eye. He's kind of a techno dude.
I would have to go with Wild Thing for Corey Eller.
I pictured him with some hard rock.
Eller, I'd go with Funky Town, Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Sam, country all day. Something slow, kind of whiny country, get you real calm and relaxed. That's Sam's music.
Sam Kelly, whatever the slowest country. I think the one he had last year, whatever song that is a great pick for him because it's just he's a typical kind of just good old country boy and he loves his country music. So
Matt Moore, something motivational now. Coach likes this thing. He said, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was our Let's Go theme. It had like 90% skill or 90% mental, something like that. Definitely something mental toughness or mental game with Matt.
The Omaha song that plays on ESPN when the teams on the ESPN with Omaha when teams. I see him more of I don't know why, but I see Matt as more of an opera kind of guy. But either one, it could be opera or maybe rap, hip hop, something like that. He's kind of in between.
He loves singing, so I'd say some Bruno Mars. We caught him singing one time and we put it up at our banquet. So I'm gonna stick with some Bruno Mars for him. That's a good little stick.
Something by Bruno Mars.
Madonna. He seems like a Madonna kind of guy.
Oh, Boom 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 is a perfect walkout because then everyone sings nail instead of wayo.
Luna's got to have some dubstep, some kind of rap mixed with dubstep. That's definitely Luna.
Anything that's just ridiculous, techno, dubstep, something like that. I don't even know any of those kind of songs, but he's one of those guys who just loves those kind of beats.
A lot of different songs. He's got a big personality, so he's got a lot of options he could choose from. Really, there's nothing that wouldn't really apply to him too much. He'd go with anything.
Griff probably may go Christian, up-tempo Christian song. He's a big believer. He's perfect. He's a role model for a lot of kids. But yeah.
Griffin, I would see more of a Lecrae, some sort of Christian rap, hip-hop, upbeat song. Just get him going. That spreads a good message of God, and he's a man of God, so I'd see no reason for him to not use something like that.
One Shot by Eminem. Is that the name of the song?
Lamar, he's a country boy. Anything old country, old school country, that's Lamar. Or new school. He likes new school too, but he's definitely a country guy.
It'd probably be some country, whatever it be.
Lamar, anything redneck, southern, deep south, anything old time, I guess. I mean, not Turner Lee old time, but something that would, I don't know, any of those kind of things.
Wild Thing.
Okay.
He, that kind of fits his personality, his pitching style, maybe. That'd be a good one.
Maybe something, some sort of screamo music.
Wow. Jump Around, House of Pain, definitely, because the kid can't sit still.
I can see Leesky doing some throwback 80s, just taking us back a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know what Johnny listens to. Probably just Dead Silence would probably work for Johnny Leesky, I think.
I can't even tell you. I have no idea. That's the only one I don't think I could put a song to.
Something about Mumford and Sons.
Okay.
I don't know the names of many songs.
Thomas, I think he used an AC/DC song last year, and that one fit him pretty well. I think he could stick with that kind of genre.
Anything from hip hop to rap to, he's the same way I do. He likes stuff that'll get him going before a game to up his adrenaline.
90s, like pop music kind of guy. Like Third Eye Blind, something like that.
I don't know what his would be, but maybe a little hip hop or rock or something there. Maybe some country, who knows?
Definitely, I think some contemporary Christian. Just
Our God is an awesome God. We played against a player a couple years ago who had that as a walkout song. Coach Shoup was just singing and dancing along every time the kid came up to bat.
Coach Shoup would either have to use a song by Chris Tomlin or Hillsong United, some sort of Christian band that has a good message that he believes in.
He loves Yvonne's song that he had, that Americano, whatever it is.
Yeah, I could see him going with a Christian song. That's kind of what our program's based off of.
I don't know. Some old school probably, because I never hear him singing or talking about any songs.
I can see Coach Roth having some 90s hip hop.
Probably something by like Madonna or Britney Spears or something like that, I would say, actually. Coach Roth's a big fan of, I think, Madonna.
Techno, I see him as like a disco kind of guy, Some kind of like Saturday Night Fever kind of guy.
Okay.
Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
He's Brad Paisley. He's a big Brad Paisley fan, so anything with dealing with Brad Paisley would go with Coach Hop.
Somebody said Thunderstruck, and I could see him definitely coming out to some Thunderstruck, yeah.
Coach Hop uses the Pirates of the Caribbean as his mound visiting song, and I think that's pretty fitting. The man's a pirate, so stick with it.
It would have to do with something that let everyone know that he was a legend.
Something that just like, you want to dance to, but not dance too much. Like just some respectable song. The most respectable song you'd think of would be something Coach Polk would come to.
I harp on Coach Polk with being real old, so I'm guessing something, from the early 19th century, some old school music.
I guess anything oldies. I don't know. He's an old man.
Frank Sinatra, because I think that's the only musician he even knows.
I don't know what he listened to. I figured he'd have a book with him at all times, not even listen to any music.
It'd have to be something off, one of the old records that have to spin around. You wouldn't be able to probably get him on anything new. Man. Jeez, probably like the music from like those silent films that they play, I guess. Probably something like that.
Now, Coach Polk is an interesting one because with him, I think it'd be best to go back to the era in which he was born and raised. So I think Mozart, Beethoven, any of those guys, any of those symphony orchestra songs, those would be great for him.